Hi everyone, it's Serious Blue here, back again with another VRoid video. This time it is going to be how to color the base textures from VRoid. Alright, so these are textures that already come with the program and they're usually white in color. And all we're going to do is add some color onto them and then put it back into VRoid. So let's go into the VRoid program. First of all, this is the dress that we are making. I've already done it. I'm just filming this so that I can show you how to export the textures. So we chose the off-the-shoulder dress. So basically going to outfit. Is it going to show you? Okay, here we go. Outfit. Select outfit. And then I've selected a dress. So select whichever one you want. And then I'm going to go into, instead of the presets, I'll go to custom. And then I will select new item, so the plus button. I'll go to the off the shoulder dress, because that's what we used. And then I'll head over to edit texture. I'm trying to move this around so that you can see it. Sometimes this takes a minute to load. There we go. Now, you can see totally blank. And over here is where your texture layers are. So you will right click on it, and that is where the import and export and a few other options will come up. So you'll export this. I'm not going to do it because we've already been over that, but export it, save it somewhere that's easily accessible to you, and then import that into your editing program. So let's get straight into that now. You've exported the file, the base texture of whatever it is that you want to edit, okay? Could be a dress, could be pants, could be shoes, could be whatever. You've got the texture. You've saved it somewhere, and now you've opened it in your editing software. External from VRoid. So this is Clip Studio Paint. You might use something else and it should work perfectly fine as long as they have the different blending modes for the layers. So let's get into it. This is just the off-shoulder dress, and we're going to create a new layer, and we're going to just select a pen. Now another trick, let me show you this because you're going to want it to be even on both sides, right? So I've selected view, I've gone to grid, and now that that's up, grid ruler settings, center the grid, and I usually just put an extra 0 at the end, and then we're done. And then I go to this ruler tool, number of lines is set to 2, and I zoom in, and then I just make sure I'm right in the middle, and then I drag the line so that I know that it's straight, and then I let go. And now it's going to be mirrored on both sides. So, and I usually duplicate that layer just to be safe, in case I need a spare layer. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just draw on here. And another thing to note, see this transparent thing? It's not, you don't want it to do this. So you're going to want to select the clipping, clip to layer below, that's this little button here. And now when I draw on it, you're not going to see it on those transparent layers, and that's really important. So make sure that's set, because you don't want to draw on here, otherwise it'll show up on the model where you don't want it to, on the clothing, okay? So we're just going to color in this really roughly. Now this I might want to zoom in a bit just to get, and I know that it's copying, I can even see it over here, I know it's copying it exactly the same on both sides. That's important for that back seam, so that when you're putting the texture on your model, everything blends perfectly and you don't have these like lines that meet in two completely different places and looks really weird. So that's what we're aiming for. Just not going to be too perfectionistic about it. It will need a little bit of fixing up. Color it in. La, 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 la. Okay, can we try to fix it maybe? Okay. Oh, and then this band. A good one for this is because it's straight. Haha. is just to use that square selector and then just, you know, color it in with the, what would you call that? Paint bucket? You can do the same thing on the very bottom edge. I'm not sure how much of this shows up on the model, but we'll see, we'll have a look. So let's just say that's just what you wanted to color in. Alright, these dark places don't matter because that doesn't show up on the texture. You can even export the, I don't think I've tried this in the newest one, but I know in the beta VRoid you could export the, what's it called? The guiding, like the guideline grid thing? I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it, but you could do that as well so that you can follow those lines to kind of keep you on track when doing something, but in this case we don't need it. So now we've colored it in. What you're going to do is use the blending mode of the layer, and this could be in a different place or be maybe called something else depending on the program you're using, and the multiply, sorry, not overlay. I use the multiply one generally, and then as soon as I've clicked that, you've seen the textures changed, and now it looks like it's completely colored in. I can also do another layer, and what I kind of like to do, because this can be a bit difficult, like if you want two different colors, is I'll put it on normal, and then I'll unclip it, and then I'll select all of it, right? So it's all selected, and then I'll go to this one. So now I've changed layers. Now that's all selected, and I will copy from that layer, and what I'll do is I'll just sneaky pick that up there so that we've got this, put that back on, clipping and a multiply, and then I'll just deselect it. So now I can color in this layer. I'll just turn off the base so that you can see exactly what's going on here. Everything that I selected has now been copied, and I've copied from that original layer so that it's above this one, so you'll be able to see the other color underneath it, but the color that you put underneath won't affect what you've already done. Am I making any sense? Okay, so let's just say you want to refer only to editing layer, boop, just color the rest of the dress, right? Now you may want to turn this down a little bit with the opacity. So you could do that. Let's go through a few other options. You've got overlay, which isn't going to work for this color. Color, brightness, saturation, hue. So that's nice. It makes a bit of a dusty pink, which is pretty. And I could also go back kind of to that bluish colour, see, and now it's more, that's a bit more green, that's a bit better, but that's not really any different to what is originally there, so, you know, soft, light, let's try a dark colour, for example, because that's going to give you more of a, there you go, more of a difference, soft light, overlay, add glow, screen, let's go back to multiply, and then you can see how different that is. I kind of just like it as the white though, but what I'm going to also do is create another layer that's, oops, sorry, that's clipped down here, so we'll get rid of, actually we can pull the opacity up and just make it so you can't see that layer. Now, let's just import some sort of texture. I don't know what's going to be good for this one. Let's just try this. Okay. So, you can make it smaller or larger. I'm going to pull this down here because that's where I wanted it. make sure that it clips on, and then you could select, you know, multiply or whatever. Now if I put this underneath here and turn that on, it colors it, as you can see. So let's see if I just put that back on normal so I can get that same color, then back to multiply, back to this layer and color it in. There you go, now it's matching. It all matches. You may not want it to match, but that's fine. And you can also say you want to rasterize that layer and you don't want that to clip on anything else. See what the difference is. So instead of multiply, you could do color. Oops, no, I'm on the wrong layer. See? I'm going to duplicate this though. Just want to merge with the layer below, and then I'm going to do that. And then this one's gonna go multiply, and then it makes it, could also put it underneath, that works better. And you could either have it, you know, white, a little bit more blue, whatever you want to do. So let's just leave it like this, okay? Let's just say this is the final product. You know what? What am I doing? Well, let's go white. White, ready? Bloop! And then we're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna get a little bit. Oh no, we could have done like a grey. Let's go grey, right? Bloop. And then go white. And then get a little bit smaller, a little bit more smaller. Bloop. Kind of looks like a badge or something. And then maybe even smaller again. Smaller again. Bloop. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyway, I just wanted to do something extra. Let's just say this is it, right? So now I'm going to save and export this as a PNG layer to keep the transparency, and then I will import it into VRoid. So I'll make, like, you know, new item and it'll import it. So we will do that now. Okay, so now we're back in the VRoid program. We're going to go back to this one, or you can, if you haven't done this yet and you already have like the preset saved somewhere, then just create new item, select whatever it is that you want. But since we already have started this, you will go into edit texture again. And then you click on this little button here, or you can just import it straight over that if you want, but I'll click on that. I'll click on the dress that we designed, and then it's going to come up in a second layer to what was originally there. So if you've made any edits where you've removed anything, make sure that you hide this. So toggle visibility, or you can just press this button. So there you go, see? And that actually is a good way for you to see where the clipping layer, that skin mask, is underneath. So this is what she looks like, and now we can, I'll close it without saving, but you would select overwrite, because I've already got one down here, which I did the exact same thing, and that is your model. So you go into this like camera, there's a little camera icon on the top right hand corner, that'll take you to somewhere where you can do a whole lot of poses, and you're going to want them to do, yeah, some of these ones where you can see everything moving so that you can look at whatever your outfit is and be like, okay, do I need to adjust the skin mask underneath, or is everything alright? Is, you know, are the seams all good? You know, you can just zoom in and be like, now you can see this particularly because we use this pattern overlay, that it's not going to be exactly aligned. Alright, so that's something that you can edit and fix in the editing program, okay? But yeah, it's just simple things like that. Like, that doesn't bother me on this texture. I think it still looks good, and it's kind of makes sense because a normal dress in real life would be like that anyway. But if it bothers you, then that's just an additional thing you can fix. You might want to like change the size of things. If I'm like, oh, that's a bit small, I'll make it bigger. I might put a star or something else there, a different shape. This collar is also a texture that I made as well, so you can layer things, have fun, and experiment. But overall, I hope that this helped you guys. Okay, so I hope that this tutorial was of assistance to you in your VRoid texture making adventures. Let me know how you guys go in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see, and hopefully I explained myself well. I did my best, so good luck. Show me your creations over on Twitter if you want to. Serious Blue on Twitter. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.